Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the beginning of the DLC. We're heading down to Airs quickly to set up the next step.
The Warmind is safe. Crota soul is waking. Go to the temple on the moon before Crota is made whole.
Alright,
Tell to stop Crota once.
off to the moon we go. Alright, we are heading to the moon for the mission, The Awakening. I believe this is close. After today's video, we should be about halfway through the first DLC because it was a very, very short DLC.
6 of us went down into that pit. I was vain enough to believe we could defeat Crota, but the Hive caught his soul before we could destroy him, and then there was only death. We failed. You cannot destroy the soul of Crota. We called it a temple where we first saw Crota. Go, find it, and make it his grave. Watch it.
We have a long distance to travel. I could do this public event, however, I'm not going to because there's not really a need for me to do it.
We hid in the old moon base up ahead, waiting for the right time to strike. We were brave, but we were not ready. Few of us made it beyond the canyon.
I'm not
The
dealing with it.
rocks cracked apart, Hive waiting in ambush. It was worse for the ones who made it inside. Stay alive.
Let's see if we can manage to survive running through it. There we go. That allows us to fall backwards further into the level if we have to push back. Alright, let us continue. Down deep into the depths of this castle do we go. I don't know how people
I know that sound. Hurry!
I don't know how people constantly keep talking over top of whenever they do commentaries and stuff. Like I do not have the ability to think like they do apparently, which really sucks because I feel like that'll make it incredibly difficult for me to ever actually do any like bring in more viewers to the commentary side of my channel, since I do a lot of random sporadic content and commentaries are relatively newer. Well, newer to my channel, I should say. However, live streaming, I got that down packed pretty much.
The ritual has begun.
I really, really enjoy streaming, so I think I might turn YouTube into my main source for streaming from now on. This is where things become very interesting, because I believe that everyone here... Lots of cursed thralls and shriekers to take care of. See if I can avoid dying. There we go. I don't know why there had to be so many cursed thralls in this section.
Find the Wakers. Stop them.
These here are what the wizards or witches or whatever they're called would normally spawn in that one mission that we just played at the end of the last episode. If you are on top of them when they will activate and create a giant blast of fire that will do an incredible amount of damage to you. That's what they do. Yes, this mission is much longer than the last two, where it's about the length of both of them combined because of how far into this cave system you have to go. And up here we will find the biggest bullet sponge enemy ever, because that's literally all it is just a bullet sponge to slow you down and make the mission take longer. I need to start focusing on some precision kills, because I need it for one of my bounties. Which, by the way, you can now turn in straight from the quest page now that 2.0 is out. So I know a lot of my my playthrough will be work extremely differently than when I first started.
They're waking him.
Alright, here's where it becomes interesting, because we have these Wakers of Crota that will spawn those circles again. And we have to kill them while they spawn in more enemies. Alright. And then once you get to this point, then both of them just activate like that and makes it 10 times more difficult to take care of. Really? None of those hit him? Dead. And this is where the bullet sponge comes into play.
Crystal, destroy it.
Because it's literally the crystal.
Crota's soul is banished. You have given me the gift of vengeance. I thank you. And even if they don't yet know it, the city thanks you.
Alright, since this is a slightly shorter mission, we are going to head back to the tower, talk to Ares, grab the next step, and then I think we will call it for this episode. It's a little bit shorter, but the next one, if I do remember correctly, is a little bit longer in length, so I don't want to overload you guys with two relatively longer videos back to back, so we'll do a shorter one and then we'll do another slightly longer one afterwards. And then I think that next one might be the end. The next episode might be the end of the story, really, besides the strike, which will be shown. Actually, I should upload that. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll put that one at the very end. So we'll just leave the strike where it lays in the story, because it actually plays a role in the story. Unlike where in the original game content, these strikes do not matter story-wise, so you can play them whenever, and that's really all there is to it. So let us head, sorry about that, to the tower. And while we head to the tower, we will turn in some of these bounties that I have over here on the quest page. And look at that, a bunch of new stuff as well as a bunch of XP for it. Oh, I do not have armor materials because that is the new system, and of course we cannot earn it, or we cannot trade in our old materials for it yet. So let's grab the armor materials from my warlock and move them over a while. Because I played a lot on my warlock. If you guys couldn't have guessed, my warlock is my primary. Where are the new armor materials? I'm doing this all from the Destiny app on my iPhone, just so you guys know. And there you go. I just grabbed myself the armor materials I had over on my other character, and we can upgrade the helmet. Let's head on down to Earth and finish up this video for you guys.
I have waited so long for this day. Crota's soul is broken, his reign cut short. Only Omnigul remains. Crota's vile will and last remnant of his inner circle. Hunt her down.
Oh, I was wrong. We are on the final step of the Dark Below because they got rid of some of the time-consuming quests like the Urn, which was a giant pain. However, it's good to see that it's finally gone. So in the next video, we will be tackling Omnigul in her strike, and then we will move on to, I believe, the House of Wolves DLC. So yeah, I know it was kind of short, but compared to the it's short compared to what happened in the year one content. These air quote on this expansions, these first two expansions as they call them, were more just like, I'll if I pay you an extra $40, I can play for an extra like hours worth of content. So if you're getting Taken King, I'd recommend playing through everything first, just because it gets you the XP needed. Um, but if you already got all the XP, then don't even worry about playing through them. Really, you can just watch. If you've already watched them, you might as well just keep watching them. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed so far. If you are enjoying the content that you see from the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and so that way you can get alerted every time I do upload new content. And I will see you all in the next video.